Hey everyone, welcome back to Chakra Healing Coach. I'm JR, my pronouns is he, him, and his, and I'm your chakra coach. Okay, so the last several weeks we've been talking about the root chakra. We're going to be discussing the chakras and how they relate to us and how we can heal them. And if they aren't healed, what could be a manifestation of it? Is it something that we need to dig in deeper? Is it going to be healing that needs to be done? Maybe it's mindfulness and meditation and just different things that the chakras holds ancient knowledge and secrets into. So, as a chakra coach, I help my clients go in deeper, figure out exactly what is going on, with them internally, with the chakra system, because the chakra system controls the mental aspect of the being, the soul, the spiritual side, the whole body. So, if one is off, if one chakra is off, it can affect the entire body, and I want you living the best that you can live. So, that's what I want. I coach people to do that. So today we are talking about the root chakra again, and we are going to dig in a little bit deeper about food, about food choices, things like that. So with the chakra, it is very specific about the color red. So we talked about the root chakra, the things that it controls. It is just safety and security aspect of the human being. The second week we did a meditation trying to, um, harmonize and get our chakra to be at a higher frequency than it needs to be going. So this one we're going to talk about the foods and the food choices that we choose and use in our daily life. So if we really want our chakras to be flowing the best and have our well-being at the highest, then we want to make sure that we are fueling the energy centers. And you probably might have already guessed it, but yes, whatever color the chakra is the food color or choices that resonate with it. So, for example, the root chakra is red. So, you would want to incorporate red types of food. Okay. And that can range drastically with the individual. And again, as a chakra coach, I help you discover what foods you like that are red to help fuel that if that's what's going on. If it's your safety and security and you're having issues with that, we can help actually fuel it, so that you can either harmonize it, you can work through it and get over whatever is blocking you, whatever previous trauma that you might have experienced, whatever it may be that is really allowing that center not to flow the way it needs to. And with that, we want it to because it's our safety and security. So most of the time, individuals have had some kind of trauma. That's not always the case. However, most of the time, and that comes in a wide range of things. So, for example, maybe as your inner child, okay, your childhood, you wasn't able to have that safety and security foundation. Maybe your parents wasn't there for you when you needed them. Okay, and that happens a lot. Always remember that we as individuals try to do the best with what we have at the best of our ability. Okay. So that can mean so much for each person. Okay. So just because we might think that that individual wasn't there for us, we really, really need them to be. And if they wasn't, then that's on the individual. Something was going on with that individual that they couldn't be. Okay. So they were doing the best that they could at the time that it was, whatever it may be. So if that individual is also dealing with safety and security issues, then they're going to give you a false sense of safety and security. So then you're going to take that, and then what are you going to do is that you're not going to feel safe, you're not going to feel secure, and you're just going to keep pushing through that. And if you don't work through it, then you're going to pass it along further down. So if you have offspring, then you're going to give it to your children. And it's a vicious cycle where we're just hurting each other and we're not actually getting to the roots, root chakra, the roots of the problem. And that can take a very long time to get through. Sometimes it's working through generational energy, that bad negative energy that's been stuck in that cycle that's around your energy field, and you don't even know that it's there, and it's hurting you, it's harming you as an individual, and you can't break through it. And you can't break through it because you don't realize what's actually causing it. So maybe it's because if you are a child and you expected or needed your parent, or maybe it was someone else, a guardian, whatever, whoever it was there, and they wasn't there, and now it's affected you. However, that person might have been affected because they didn't have a good sense of security and didn't know how to nurture you. So they were doing the best that they could. And we need to be able to face that and allow that to go. Okay. Yeah, another word that a lot of people like to use, and I would highly recommend to try to do this the best that your ability can be, is forgive them. Forgive them for not being there. Okay. Sit with that inner child and nurture it. Listen to it. If it's saying that, this is what happened and this is what I was needing, and now it's affecting me as who I am, then nurture that child. Um, the inner child. And one, make sure that you validate those feelings because those feelings are real. It's not a time to judge it. This is a time to sit with it and validate, like, okay, yes, this is what I needed. Okay. And now I'm working through this. So you can give your inner child what they need in that moment. So if they were needing a hug, then give that inner child a hug. Sometimes a self hug can make a difference for us. Okay. Do it throughout the day if you need to, whatever it is. Yeah, some people won't be staring at you because, yeah, you're giving yourself a self hug, but who cares? It's not for their healing, it's for your healing, right? Your healing, not theirs. It doesn't matter. So, going back to the root chakra and food choices, so we want to help the energy center stabilize and the frequency of the flowing the way it needs to. So, one way that we can do that is nutrition. So, if we are needing more of it, then we need to fuel more red types of food. So, for example, that could be tomatoes, it can be apples, it can be red peppers, red bell peppers, just different varieties of reds, and that can help fuel that energy center. Okay. So, when we incorporate it into our diet, when it breaks down into the stomach and goes into the intestinal GI tract and everything starts breaking down, that energy is released and that chakra can take it in. So if you need an increase of it because you're trying to work through it, you're trying to heal it, you're trying to harmonize it, you're trying to get your energy frequency going higher so you can do better inner healing and be a better person, increase your red types of food. Okay. Now, if you are a special individual and you have done that inner healing, and now it seems like it's too much, that can be an issue. Okay. So if it's too much, what we need to do is we need to dial back that red types of food. And we have to be very cautious and conscious about it because there is red in a lot of foods. Sometimes it's the herbs and seasonings that we're using. Sometimes it's the dressings or the toppings that we're using. For example, like ketchup. Ketchup's, red is part of that tomato. So if we're using a lot of foods that we're including or incorporating ketchup in, we need to take it back. So you have to be really cautious about it because you don't want to take it back too far, but yet you still want to harmonize that energy center. And you want to be conscious about it because red is in a lot of stuff. And as a chakra coach, I strongly encourage my clients to make sure that you're eating more whole food. We want to eliminate those processed foods and the dyes and the artificial flavorings and stuff like that. So again, if you are not doing that, be careful because red dye is in a lot of stuff, and artificial flavoring isn't a lot of stuff. And it could be that they are including this into that, which is throwing off your energy center. Now, it's going to be hard to break that down further, especially if it's an artificial flavoring label on it. What is that? Well, what what really is artificial flavoring? What are they putting in that food? We don't know, and they won't release that to us either. So, I would say to put that red stop sign and let's choose something else instead of this, that substance that has artificial flavoring. If it has red dye, we need to stay away from it. All of that icky, gooky processed foods and artificial flavorings and things like that and preservatives, it slows our body down. So we're actually hurting ourselves because it slows down the GI tract. The body doesn't know what to do with that because it's artificial. So it can do like two things. One, it can get rid of it, which we really want it to. Or two, it can actually absorb it and keep it in your body. And that can cause many, many other issues. So, for example, if you're not able to get rid of weight, it could be maybe you got these artificial flavorings that have been in your food, the red dyes and things like that, since we're talking about the roots, and it is sealing it within your tissue. So your tissue can't get rid of it. Again, it's icky, it makes you feel bad, it slows your body down, and you're not able to improve your health and wellness because you're stuck there. And nobody likes that, right? I mean, I don't like it. The clients I've worked with don't like it. I'm sure you don't like it either. So we need to eliminate that. So we need to increase our red foods and we need to decrease our red foods if it feels like it's too high. So if we have this really strong, like primal energy that is like flowing through from like, the energy of the earth and primal instincts and things like that, we might want to dial it down because people that have a lot of primal energy are terrifying. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They are intimidating because they are those that are like up in your face and they say what they want because it's who they are, which I'm sure that it is. However, they have a lot of primal energy. And it's like one of those that get it right up there and say, what's going on? Why are you like this? And they may be concerned. I'm not going to say that they're not. However, their primal energy is so strong that it actually damages relationships. So if you're one that has a hard time with relationships, and it could be because maybe your primal energy is a little too high, we need to decrease it. There are many, many other ways of balancing that out. Taking away any kind of that negative energy and restoring it. But that's a bigger advanced techniques and things like that. And that would be a lot more than what I could share here. However, if you are wanting to reach out, then please do so. We could definitely book up a time for us to talk about the chakras and what's off, and maybe doing some deep energetic work that can help restore it. It can help jumpstart it. It can help clean it. Another word that us as energy healers use is chelation. Helps kind of scrape all that nasty, icky stuff off of your chakras so it can flow and it can heal. So that you're going to have to reach out to an energy healer to get. That's not something that you can just do. And if you want more advanced like food suggestions, then you can reach out. I love food, especially that's the good, like organic whole food that's good for your body. Your body loves it. It usually adjusts pretty quick. However, I will say this too, that if you are switching from a like high artificial diet, processed foods, things like that, and you're switching to a healthier diet, it may take your body just a little bit to get used to. So you might have some not so great side effects because your body's trying to get rid of all that icky stuff now. So if you have like diarrhea or things like that, is occurring, it's because your body's trying to get rid of that nasty stuff and heal itself. Okay. So just a heads up, if you're starting this journey and this is your first time ever, then make sure you're prepared for some of the things that could occur. And one of those things is some maybe diarrhea. Okay. Because your body is trying to heal and it's getting rid of that yucky, nasty stuff that it needs to. So you may want to start this on a day, maybe you're off or something like that, so your body can adjust. Just a tip there from the chakra coach. Okay, so that is today's episode. So if you liked this episode, please, as always, like everyone else does, please like it, thumbs up it, all that good stuff. If you are wanting more advice about the chakras and how it can help you, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, the little bell, so that you will know when the episode's released and you can be the first to jump on and see how you can help your body heal too. And what I always like to say is share this, share it with others, share it with other people, so that they can also heal themselves and feel good and live in life that they want to. And I always say, not only the ones that you like to, but the dreams that you want your life to be like. So thank you again. I appreciate you for taking the time out and watching this video. And I will see you next week again, Tuesday, when I release a new video about the chakras. And if you're really interested, Thursdays, I have a special host, a special guest where I am interviewing somebody, a practitioner that is doing some kind of holistic modality of some sort and how they can help their clients and maybe something that you are missing in your life. And you have the opportunity to reach out to them too. So if they really resonate with you, you can find somebody that you feel comfortable with. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. See you guys.